a very difficult enterprise to get excited about in the early days. We were very poor. We were very, very scruffy, I guess is the word, or we didn't look so great.
For a while, there were so many rumors about us, and we all had the same father, or, you know, we're all a bunch of crazies, or whatever.
We were called the Shire people for a while, and we were called the dirt people. People like didn't know much about us.
You know, when we first came here, we were pretty isolated. We were so young, it just kind of needed to like establish itself. And as it grew, you know, we like to say that like now we're like kind of a teenager as a community.
We are in the small community of Ionia, which is part of Kasilof down on the Kenai Peninsula in Alaska. Ionia is an intentional community. We were very concerned with mental and emotional issues, and we're realizing that the conventional ways of improving the quality of mental and emotional health with drugs and therapy really weren't getting the job done. And we were very strongly attracted to the notion that a whole different way of life that included everything, family relationships, food, activity, community relationships, would yield a healthier mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Now, in order to carry through with that experiment, we found we had to make some fairly radical changes.
I kind of consider myself to be kind of like a trust fund baby without the trust fund. We don't go to school, we're all homeschooled, and not having a rigid kind of set of rules and regulations of you need to learn this so you can do this, and you know, you need to do this to be a good person. It's just more about all of us, men, women, and children, kind of learning what makes sense together every day, you know.
The food is delicious. You know, I feel like there's real food in our food. If I break down the word of macrobiotic, it means large life. Food is such a nice way to be in control of one's life, to create your own destiny through food, you know? How I'm gonna feel, how I'm gonna think, how I'm gonna respond to things that are happening in the world. That all of that is a part of food.
We're food obsessed. Yeah, it's very much the center of everything. You know, it all kind of started with the first generation interest in food and seeing how food affects you with learning about macrobiotics. Well, we try and stick with whole foods. In the summertime, we have a lot of our own garden vegetables. Sea vegetables, land vegetables, grains, and beans are the main things.
What keeps Ionia going isn't whether the books get kept well or the carpentry project happens. It's a spirit thing. Fundamentally, there has to be a very strong want to be here. And there were many, many, many moments where it would have been an easily defensible, rational act to leave. Say, hell with this, I'm out of here. This doesn't make any sense.
I didn't start really realizing what it meant to grow up here until I got a little bit older and I started making friends in town and more kind of traditional family settings. I don't think we could have done this anywhere else, really. Alaska was the only place that was really like, okay, do what you want, I don't care, you know. Alaskans are very understanding about alternate ways of living.
I didn't know it until I left, you know? I really was like, why do we live in Alaska of all places? But I went and I traveled and I lived in other places and I saw the world, and there's many wonderful places, but this was the right place for us.
What if we weren't doing Ionia? What would our life together be like and individually? I'm almost certain I'd be much more alone than I am. You know, the things that inspire Ionia inspire many people around the planet, I'm sure. We aren't the only ones playing around with the things we're playing around with. I might have become involved in some of those other things. It's just that once having chosen this, I find it interesting to stick with that choice to see where it goes.
I'm most passionate about the simple life that I struggle to be satisfied with on a daily basis. Happiness seems to me that's the wherewithal and the ability to go after what's most important to you, and having company in that is a really nice perk.